Start a minute early?
No.
Well, why don't we bring this thing to order? Good evening and welcome to the Wednesday, October 17th meeting of the Shelburne Development Review Board. As a first order of business, I'd like to officially welcome John and Laura to the board. I don't think we've officially met, but welcome. Welcome. It's great to have you guys on board.
Thanks for letting us in.
Yes, thank you.
We're the fun group.
That's right. That's right. We are certainly not the gatekeepers. So moving on to, I guess, this is a little bit, order's a little bit odd, but why don't we just jump into number 2, and that's the reorganization meeting. So according to Section 4 of the Shelburne Development Review Board Rules and Procedures and Conflict of Interest, the board, we shall hold an organizational meeting and elect by majority vote a chair and vice chair as needed. And, after speaking with Ravi, I'll just stay and continue to go through this agenda item, but just want to alert everyone on the board that I will not be putting my name in for consideration for either. So I don't know how you guys want to proceed. I guess. But I guess I'll just ask the group: is there anyone who would like to be considered or has an interest in either position?
Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, really. Well, I feel like last time everybody took a collective shift back in their seats, and Joanna and I were.
Mark?
I do. I would be glad to do the vice chair. It's at this point in time, the chair position. I'm too busy. I really am.
I'm a freshman, so I'm not qualified.
Oh yes, you are. Never.
I've got the instructions right here.
It's easy. Well, and you're not interested, eh?
Maybe we should move this towards the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's fine. We've got an active
So-
chair, so we're good to go.
Okay. So do I just make a motion to shift the agenda item to the end?
I'll make the motion to move item 2 to the end of, which 2 would become 6, I guess.
Yep.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. So we'll move on to agenda item number 3, public comment. Anybody in the, you'll be commenting in a minute. But I just want to remind you, just to sign in if you haven't. Okay, great. So no public comment. We'll move on to item 4, approval of minutes for October 3rd, 2018. Does anybody have any comments?
I didn't see anything.
Ask a question. Sure. As a newbie, I've been on different boards where this was handled different ways. If you weren't there, like I wasn't at that meeting, is the proper process to abstain, to vote in favor, absent an objection?
Typically,
I
I don't mean to chime in, but
No,
typically, people would, if they're not in attendance, they would abstain.
Thanks.
And then in the future, if it's an ongoing application, if you watch the video of the one you missed, you can participate in the ongoing.
Have you been given a copy of the rules of procedure and all? I think that is defined in there.
Yeah.
You can participate after, if you watch the videos.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion of approval of minutes for October 3rd, 2018.
Second?
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right,
Abstain.
all right. And now moving on to application SUB 04-10R2. This is the application by Krebs and Lansing Consulting Engineers on behalf of J. Desautels, Revocable Living Trust, to amend an approved residential PUD and adjust boundary lines between lots 4 and 5. property at 0 Pond Road is located in the Rural District and Floodplain and Watershed Overlay District. And it looks like we have somebody here to speak about that. And if you just want to come up and introduce yourself, and I just have to swear you in. And I hereby swear or affirm that the evidence I give in the cause under consideration shall be the whole truth, nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury.
Yes.
Okay, great. So if you just want to walk us through, that'd be great.
It's a small shift. I think it's 0.8 acres from Lot 4 to Lot 5. And it's really just a small portion of the field. And I know it sounds minute when you're dealing with a 133-acre development, but we felt as though, at least I felt as though, that 0.8 was pretty significant because it provided for an area for Lot 5, either to at least a larger area for Lot 5 to engage in agriculture or activities with family, et cetera. The other lots in the subdivision, 4 and 6, both have large fields or quite large lawns already in, and Lot 5 was just lacking. We were seeking something more substantial than the 0.8, but it was deemed that was going to be more substantial than we were willing to go through another year of this process. So we opted for the one meeting, and the most we can get in one meeting sounded like it was 0.8 acres.
Okay.
Could you be so kind as to show where that adjustment is?
I might be able to. Yeah. Take the mic. Okay. It is, let me just get my head wrapped around this. We're really talking about a little piece right here. So Lot 5 already has a small parcel of the field. We're just taking another little portion from Lot 4. So that's what we're up to.
Can you show again exactly, kind of?
Is that boundary line, intersecting 4 to 5, is that the proposed new location or the existing? See where it says north 8921? That line right there.
I guess I don't.
It's
Kind of,
just above the arrow, the area
Above the
of boundary
arrow.
line adjustment.
Right.
This is, Ravi, maybe you can help me, but this looks like the existing, does it not?
So,
I think Scott said he sent everything to the board that included that, both what was existing and what we were proposing.
so I'm just trying to get the mic. That's it. So this is actually the proposed. So as you can see, I'm just going to circle it right here with my hand cursor. That's the area of adjustment. And so this little, it's like sliver is, it used to be, it's now part of Lot 4, and the applicant is seeking to make that part of Lot 5 so that Lot 5 has access to covenant-protected agricultural land that Lot 4 has plenty of.
so
Thank you, Ravi.
the old property line was at the narrowest,
A little narrow neck.
where the
there.
two corners.
I think the old property line was something like this.
Yeah, okay,
And we're just
Yeah, you can see the.
nudging it up.
bearing of it.
okay. Yeah. All right.
So that's for more agricultural land?
It actually doesn't increase the ag land, it's just shifting a piece of the ag from Lot 4, adding it to a piece of ag that's already on Lot 5. So nothing really changes, there's no wetland implications, there's no
Yep, okay.
alteration to no cut zones, it's just ag to ag.
Got it, okay.
Was there anything, I mean, read the report, but was there anything that you
Yeah.
seemed pretty straightforward?
Yeah, for mainly for this minor boundary line adjustment between two lots within the PUD, we staff deemed that this would be something that's like a one-step process instead of a three-step process that would require a re-subdivision in our books. And so, and with this, we didn't see any concerns to note. However, we would like to see any changes in legal documents that might occur to this, especially because to our records, certain legal documents may note of the amount of acreage
Right.
that it's being conveyed to the town or being reserved as covenant protected land. So those are the things that we would like to see and make sure that we have record of if this is approved.
Okay. But that, I mean, just to confirm, that's already accounted for in your
Yes.
conditions? Okay. All right.
Yep.
Seems pretty
Yeah.
straightforward.
If it wasn't, Scott would be here, and I'd be at home. So, and the Gilmets would be here. So
That's a good point, actually. Well, I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse, and, you know, having read through this and listened to what you said and seeing this, it seems pretty straightforward to me. So if nobody objects, I'll make a motion to finalize the record and close the hearing for the PUD amendment application, SUB 04-10R2.
Second.
All right. And all those in favor? Aye. All right. And I'll make a motion to indicate approval and to direct staff to prepare a decision to indicate approval of PUD amendment application SUB 04-10R2 prepared by Krebs and Lansing on behalf of J. Desautels Revocable Living Trust with the following conditions: that Mylar indicate the proposed boundary lines and any other features that have changed since the approval of SUB 04-10R1 must be filed and recorded within 180 days of approval. Warranty deed, open space agreements, or limited related documents that require updating as a result of this approval, acreages, lot numbers, et cetera, must be submitted to the town attorney for review and approval within 60 days. And conditions not addressed by this application are not altered by this decision. So,
Second.
all right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Great,
thank you.
thank you.
Very good. Good luck.
Good luck finding a chair for your committee.
Yeah.
You have some time?
Referees.
So, I guess moving on to other business. I guess for the sake of full disclosure, I was going to talk to Ravi a while ago, just about trying to shift from being an active member of the board to becoming an alternate, just given time and kids and work and just not really having the time and bandwidth to, even give, vice chair the time that it deserves, let alone being chair. But actually, the week that I was going to come see you, Lisa stepped down. And I said, well, now's not really the time. And then that I was going to come to you again, and then Joanna stepped down. I said, well, I can't do that now. But, I've just been thinking about it for a while. So just a number of those things have, preempted that discussion. So I'm actually going to talk to Lee tomorrow to see about what the procedure, what procedure would take the step from being a regular board member down to being an alternate. So that therefore I just can't take on being chair.
How many alternates do we currently have? Two?
There are two.
I believe there's actually three.
There
There are three alternate
there are.
positions,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. And really what Lee said, it was just a matter of just procedure, determining whether I have to officially step down from here and then be appointed, or if it's just more of a procedural shift.
And Ravi, you said the two alternates don't want to become full-time.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was,
You guys have some reputation.
Yeah.
so again, just for the sake of full disclosure, that's kind of where it's coming from. And if I thought I could do it justice, I'd do it.
Yeah. If we didn't have on the record review and I had a little more time, I would consider it, but I can't. I just can't. So. Next.
There are three.
What's the term?
Testify,
My term in the barrel.
Well, we reorganize the first meeting after a town meeting, I believe.
Right.
That's in what, May?
That's in
That's in
March.
March.
That's the first Tuesday in March. So yeah, it'd be basically from now till March. And then
All in favor? Do you want to do it?
I'll nominate.
If no one else is volunteering,
I would
I'll
like to
volunteer.
nominate Jeff Pazas to take the position of chair.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I think we need to vote on the vice chair, too.
All right. Well, I would like to make a motion to nominate Mark Samet as vice chair.
Again.
Again.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
And I think we also have to fill the clerk position too. There is a third
Oh,
person.
that's right. That's right.
So I would like to nominate David Hillman as the
I
clerk.
knew you were going to say that.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
There have been cases where we've had either through absences, vacancies, or recusals, the need
Yeah.
for the chair or the clerk to, I think the clerk's run a meeting once or
Couple
twice,
times, yeah.
a couple times, so it happens. So,
Great. All right.
good. So,
Well, is that it?
I think that's it.
Okay.
there's decisions to sign floating around.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they're all done.
Did you sign them, Ian?
No, I haven't yet. So I don't have to close.
Yep. Make a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
There you go.